Hey everybody, it's Bonnie DeShong, and this is Bonnie's Eye, where we have great conversations with interesting people. But you guys know that already. The most interesting person in the world that I know is Art Chat Daddy Sims. Hey, Chat.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
You see, I'm excited.
I see, but I'm like, who is she talking about? Oh, she's talking about me. Oh, I appreciate you, Bonnie. You know, I love and adore you. And with June being Black Music Month, and I told you me coming up as a young adult and, a teen listening to you and, all the remembrance of Black music and then your voice. So I'm honored to be here with you every chance I get. Thank you.
It's funny because with them saying June is Black Music Month, it's almost like February being Black History Month, because music has just been all a part of all of our lives
Yes.
forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
And so many different genres and artists and everything is just 1 month just isn't enough.
It is not. It is not. And if you really think about how much that our music has influenced the world, culture, just everything, as we all know, the Queen is celebrating her 70th Jubilee, and Diana Ross is actually the headliner for her big celebration. And so just to think that Diana Ross performed for the Queen many years ago, and now here she is back for the Platinum Jubilee has got to be the highest honor during the month of June ever.
Well, since you started it with the Queen, let's go ahead and keep talking about the Queen. Did you
Oh.
watch any of it while, this week of what was going on?
I tell people all the time, it's weird to say that I am a fan of the Royals, but I am. I mean, and here's the deal. I'm probably a fan of the Queen more than the family. I am impressed with any man, woman, anybody who has their face on money, who has their own subway line, who has had more artwork commissioned about them than any other person in the world. I mean, she carries a purse and there's probably only four things in her purse. So why would I not love the Queen of England? I mean, I idolize her. I really do.
It's funny because you're right about that purse. She will not, that pocketbook is on that arm. And I even think when I was watching her do the Jubilee parade, the parade of, I can't think of what the real title of it is, where they are on the horses and doing,
Yes.
she had her cane, but I think she had that pocketbook on her
Oh,
arm
yes.
too.
Yes. Yes. That pocketbook is always in the left crux of her arm, always. And it's been the same designer for now over 5 decades.
Are you
Yes,
kidding?
I can't think of who the designer is, but this same purse is the same one she has carried for the last 5 decades. In that same style, just in different colors, fabrics, or leathers, and it always sits in the crux of her arm. That's where it always stays.
At 96, can you imagine? She took the throne when she was in her 20s. And excuse me, and she has been on the throne for 70 years.
Mhm.
And the things that she has seen and the way the monarchy has been from the very beginning all the way up to today, where the kids aren't marrying into this and they aren't doing that, and one is Poe Andrew is not only got COVID, but he's got other issues. And,
Right.
just to see how poised she has been through this whole changing of guards and everything over these 70 years.
It's incredible. It really is. When you think about it, the Queen truly is a history maker because her life is based on, as you said, history unfolding right in front of us. But then in these latter years, the Queen has been living much like a reality star. The loss of her husband, the grandson marrying out of royalty. They are giving them the what finger and saying we out of here. And so a lot of this makes the Queen relatable to everyday people because she really has become like a reality star now.
Right. And speaking of her grandson, we're talking about Harry and
Yes.
Meghan. They were there for the Jubilee also. And
Hmm.
even though the Queen decided that only the working royals which is her son, William,
Right.
his family, Carmela. What is her name? Carmela?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. Carmela Bowles.
Yes.
Yes,
And would be on the balcony with her
yes.
instead of everybody and their grandmama, on
Right.
the balcony. She decided just to have the working royals. However, Meghan and Harry watched it from the window of the Major General's office,
Hmm.
and some of the other royals that were there also, and their children. And
Right.
of course, there's pictures everywhere of Meghan and Harry and them playing with the kids and stuff. So, I think behind closed doors, there is there is still a family dynamic. Plus,
Mhm.
even though Meghan and Harry live here in the States, they still communicate with the Queen.
Yes,
Now that we
absolutely.
have video chats and all of this other stuff, it's not like they're not communicating with them, but I'm glad that everybody is there for her.
Yes, I could not agree with you more. I found out from close sources that the Queen possibly took care of all the first class round trip airfare or, air accommodations for them to get there. They went back to their home, which is an hour away from London. The police of that town guarded them, as well as the London police will be guarding them when they're in town. So they've not lost the fame and autonomy that goes with the stature of that. Things just have shifted a little bit more, but they're there to celebrate. And here's the beautiful piece. It's Lilibeth's first birthday. She'll be meeting the
Yes.
Queen on her first birthday. And
Yes.
Lilibeth is named after her great great grandmother. So,
And her grandmother.
yes,
So she's Lilibeth Diana.
yes, yes.
And it's a family thing. The Queen is 96 years old. And if any of you are listening and you guys are fighting with your family and stuff like that, y'all need to take a look, because we
Yep.
ain't gonna be around forever.
Nope.
And she's 96. And I'm wondering though, okay, she's made it to 70 years as the Queen.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if this is going to be the time that she's going to transition over to Charles, where she will give up her crown and give it to Charles, even though William is stepping up a lot. William is
Right.
stepping up a lot.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Bonnie, what you're saying could possibly be right. As long as we got her to the 70th, the platinum mark, you're absolutely right. Now, could the Queen live to her 75th? I mean, none of us can predict, or none of us have that power of life and death. But as far as, this would be a great time to pass the crown, pass the torch on to somebody else. Can you imagine what her retirement package would look like?
Oh, Lord. I'm telling you, she'll still be in Buckingham. Well, no, she'll probably go to Balmoral or wherever place she likes better,
Yeah.
and get with her little doggies and the
Yes.
horses. But her mother lived to be 100.
Okay. So, you
And
know,
so, but being 100 and being able to function as a queen is another thing. But we'll see.
right.
You
And
know.
here's the deal. Our face is not on the money. We do not have a subway line. We're not the most requested person to be photographed, painted, and sculpted in the world. So, I'm as a peasant, I'm just gonna, stay in my place.
You and I both.
Right.
All right, now before we go, we're gonna have to talk about Miss Jada Pinkett. She has finally spoken out about the slap that was heard around the world.
Yes.
I was giving it to you, baby, because you be up in having everything.
Well, I don't know, Bonnie. Let me see what we have here. As you guys all know, the slap that was heard around the world actually happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock, and this happened on Oscar night. And so this past yesterday, actually, Jada had something that she wanted to say on her show about what happened between her husband, Chris Rock, and now how she would like for them to get back together. Bonnie, I'm curious of why did it take so long for us to get to this now and her make a statement?
I think she had to finally. I think the backlash. She probably was trying to wait for it to die down. a little bit. So because yeah, Will got the brunt of everything, but everybody was looking at her because they felt that she could have stopped it or she could have done something or whatever. So maybe she pulled back, and maybe, you know, her red table talk, maybe the ratings was going down on that.
Yes.
So now it's time to come up to talk about her alopecia, you
Yes.
know,
That was where
again.
I was going to bring up next. Yes.
Right. And about the whole slap.
Yeah. For people that may not be familiar, alopecia is a autoimmune disease that causes hair loss. Quite a few women suffer with this. Even men suffer with it. And so she took this moment on her show to address it. And she said that she had received thousands of letters, you know, of people in support of being victims of being bullied about their alopecia. So she's also taking this as a moment of being an advocate, which is really good. But I think everybody's wondering what took her so long to say something.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And her quote is about Oscar night. My deepest hope is that these two intelligent, capable men have an opportunity to heal, talk this out, and reconcile. The state of the world today, we need them both. And we all actually need one another more than ever. Until then, Will and I are continuing to do what we have done for the last 28 years, and that's keep figuring out how this thing called life together. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, warm and fuzzy, well thought out by a PR team. And that's what you would only hope from this. And I do hope the two guys patch up their, you know, serious situation, because really that could have been a lawsuit in the making.
Well, not only that, it could have been more than a lawsuit. I mean, number one, it's just, yeah, it's done a lot. It's done a
Yes.
lot. So, my good friend, you are going to be on television this month. We have Gay Pride month coming along. What is going on with you?
Well, as you guys all know, June is Pride Month. And on Tuesday, June 14th, I'll return back to Daytime Chicago on WGN with Tanya Francisco and Amy Rutledge. And we're going to be talking about acceptance, things that you need to know when it comes to accepting people in this day and age. A lot of people are not aware of what LGBTQ plus means. A lot of people have trouble with pronouns nowadays. I recently had a situation where a couple of friends of mine called me and said that, you know, my 7-year-old told me that she does not feel like she's a boy nor a girl.
Okay. Because I need to be in class. I'm not going to lie. You know, I've always, you know, hey, everything is cool, everything is fine, but the pronouns are getting me, you know, I'm even reading a book, a science fiction book, where
Right.
the person is considered them, but I'm getting confused because I don't know if it's them as a them, or is it them as a person, or is it them? You know, I have to educate myself like so
Yes.
many other people
Right.
on the pronouns and the different gender identifications that are coming up. So you're gonna have to hold class.
Well, we'll hold class then. We'll do that to be able to help you and so many other people, because we're living in a world now where people have had to adjust their thinking about a lot of different things. And as I always say, you never know who signs your paycheck. You never know who the decision maker might be. And it's really none of your business who people are sleeping with. But, you know, there's a certain way that things need to be handled in this day and age. And so that's what we're going to talk about on Daytime Chicago.
All right. Now, where else can people find you?
Oh, The Real Chat Daddy Show, Monday through Wednesday, Facebook, YouTube, The Real Chat Daddy Show, 7 p.m. Central Time. Encore performances can always be found on Facebook and YouTube. And you can always go to my website, therealchatdaddy.com.
All right, then, boo. Well, you
What
have
about you, Bonnie? It's your show.
It's my show. Well, if anybody needs to find me and you missed the show or you want to see it again or whatever, you can hear the show on mixcloud.com. That's mixcloud.com/Bonnie's Eye. Or you can always go to my website, which is Bonnie's Eye to the Sky.com. I had to think about it. Bonnie's Eye to the Sky.com. I may have to shorten that up, boy. That's even long for me.
Oh, here we go. Oh no, over here. Bonnie's
Eye to the
Sky.com.
But that's where you can find me. And soon you'll be able to find me on YouTube and Facebook too. Hey,
baby.
Okay, Boobala. I will talk to you soon.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Love you.
Bye.
Keep your eye to the sky.